The Elder Gods podcast is truly revolutionary. It kind of makes me a little moist every time I watch it.
It's a great podcast, great guys, bunch of great guys. Keep listening to it. Keep doing a good job.
Hello everybody, Markiplier here. Today I would like to say that I love the Elder God podcast. Yeah, and I love Chica as well. Yeah.
Love the Elder God podcast. The most amazing thing to watch after a long, hard day of work.
I enjoy listening to my podcast when I'm on a nice stroll on the beach, typically munching on some peanut brittle. The waves are crashing down. It's the best time to listen. Shout out Elder God Podcast.
I not only like to watch the Elder God podcast, but I love their shirts. Beautiful texture, nice cotton material. Get yourself some.
The Elder God podcast is just the best one. We even have bumper stickers. This is Gabby and Marissa. We watch it every week. Everyone stay tuned.
The Elder God podcast is like what crack is to a crackhead. I can't get enough. I love it so much, and I always look forward to when I can get my fix of the Elder God podcast.
I love the Elder God podcast.
I take poops with the Elder God podcast.
It's Larry, and I love being on the podcast.
Elder God Maniacs, welcome. It is time for episode 22 of the Elder God podcast. With me as always, my co-host, Big Sal.
How are you, sir?
Oh.
Are you having a good white girl summer?
You know it, man.
We've been really enjoying it today.
I mean,
we hit the beach.
Yeah, I just came back from Myrtle Beach. It's gonna be a great time. Picked up some seashells, got some sand in my but, I wiped it up good.
It's slowly trickling out.
Today, it's just us. We want to do a small podcast today because this is a special, guys. Well, you introduce a special. What is this episode about?
It's a recap special. But you know that because you've seen the title, because you clicked on this podcast. We're going to dabble into past episodes. Give new listeners a little taste of the past. If you hear something nice about an episode, you want to go back and watch it, listen to it, please do. For our loyal listeners, thanks for coming back.
We just want something so if new listeners come by, they can check out this episode where we dabble in like some, regular podcast stuff, drink, snack, and stuff.
But about 21 episodes is a lot to go back and listen to. I would do it to my friends' podcasts, and I encourage everyone else to. But we know not everybody is.
We're going to give a little, we're going to talk about each episode, maybe a little behind-the-scenes action, like what we thought about each episode. And then if you hear something about, that Billy Mays episode sounds really hype, I'm going to go listen to it. You can go listen to it.
We definitely have some hidden gems in our library. Before we continue, normally we have 3, 4, sometimes 5 people here.
It gets crazy sometimes.
We limit at 4.
Yeah.
But and it's just you and I here.
Yeah, no.
But it's really not.
Oh, it's not.
I have someone to be with us today.
Who's here?
Joining us this evening for episode 22, James S. Murray. Murr, how are you?
He just pulled out a framed photo of James Murr, future Elder God, after Sal, of course.
This picture's like 2004. He's got hair. It's pixelated. He's here. He got mentioned in the last episode. Tessa mentioned him when she called me, so here he is. I didn't want to be a little too awkward with you and I here. Normally 3's a crowd, but today it's a party.
James Murr is in the building, guys. James Murr. So, we're going to do the normal podcast stuff. Oh, no, we got housekeeping, of course.
Housekeeping.
Staple segment since episode 2. We're jumping into it. First housekeeping. I want to remind all the Elder God listeners, current listeners, that if you are listening to this before Saturday, the 25th, that may be a Sunday actually. 2021, of course. Sunday, the 25th. Actually, no, Saturday, 24th. We are currently doing a giveaway on the Elder God Instagram, Elder God list. That is for a $20 Buffalo Wild Wings card. So, I mentioned it last episode. It's up there. Like I do is like the photo, get an entry. You can also tag a friend, get another entry. And of course, share it to your story, get another entry. I may miss some of those, so sorry about that.
I apologize to anyone who doesn't like Buffalo Wild Wings.
Hey.
I wouldn't have chosen it myself.
Maybe we'll do, I don't know, what restaurants do you like?
Chick-fil-A?
We'll do a Chick-fil-A one next time, okay? We'll do it in the month. You gotta pay for that one, though. Again, just like it. There's some people in there tagging multiple people. You're still getting one entry. Just want to point that out. I picked this gift card up at Big Y, of course. And I guess I have a little small complaint here. Just want to throw in real quick about Big Y and their self-checkout. It's like every time I complain about self-checkout, and there's always more stuff. Guess what you can't do at self-checkout? You cannot buy a gift card at self-checkout. Why can't you do that?
Go to the customer service desk.
Is it too complicated to do that? Well, I tried to buy it, and like it obviously it gave me a thing saying ask for cashier help. So I'm like, oh, they must have to key it in. I called someone over, and the very rude cashier was like, oh, we can't do that here. Like I'm supposed to know that? Like there's no signs that send me I can't use a gift card there. Ridiculous. Like what's the deal with Big Y? Every time I'm there, I'm like, why?
I say we show a shout out to former Ludlow Big Y employee Patty Smalls.
Oh, now he's East Longmeadow gang.
Longmeadow, I think.
Oh, Long.
But going into we got kicked out of the Longmeadow Big Y. But
we can't talk about that.
It's gonna be a different atmosphere going into the Center Street Big Y and not seeing Mr. Smalls.
And I think we have one other housekeeping. You want to get into that?
To our friend.
To our friend, Lil Andre, of course.
Lil Andre. In the last episode, we talked about how his girlfriend passed away in a car crash. Reportedly, and a couple things, unraveled on the last podcast. Stuff we didn't want to be involved in, but it happened. Yeah. It's not our place. But Lil Andre, I heard our friend Fred has kind of taken him under his wing, getting him back into the right spirits.
It's like a big brother sort of thing.
Try to get over Tessa, because it's over. Obviously, from if you guys listened to the last episode, if you haven't gone back and listened, we discussed Grimace. But
we'll talk about that in the episode.
Yeah,
once we get
Tessa, into that. Andre's doing well though, from what I understand. Fred called me today.
Oh, cool.
Taking him out on the town.
He's got a new job.
Fred?
Well, not a job. He got an opportunity. He started selling coolant for like machines.
Fred did?
Yeah. It's called Fucks Coolant. I have a picture of it. I'll put up on YouTube version. But
you're looking at it now.
I'm looking at it now. On YouTube, of course. Oh, yeah. By the way, this podcast, it's available on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anchor. It's available on all those platforms, every episode. Plus, if you like this podcast or, just want to be a buddy to us, give us a like, give us a subscribe, give us a rating. It really helps us out the podcast, and we love you guys. So please, even if you don't like it, help us out. Like, be a good Samaritan. I don't know why you wouldn't like it, but...
Before we jump into snacks and drink, because we are doing that in this episode, I want to throw a couple shout-outs. More than a couple. A few shout-outs to some of our very best guests
on the podcast.
The
guest tier list.
We're going, not a tier list, but just want to mention the real heavy hitters. Okay? Everyone's going to get mentioned, though, in this episode. Of course. First off, Rain. He helped us with the logo. We're going to get into that later. Kev.
He's a really good guy. We'll get him on soon.
Scuba
was he's a hit.
Well, we'll get into it.
Yeah, we'll get into it.
Patty Smalls. Double Digit Dan.
I just realized that there's 2 doubles on the guest tier list.
Simi's
a good guess.
And Double Fry. Those are really the heavy hitters.
Yeah, Double Digit Dan, really...
Double Digit Dan, Double Fry. Those are the heavy hitters, but we're going to get into the, let's say, side characters later.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so before we get into the breakdown, we're going to do our favorite segments. Guess That Drink, which is, of course, a blind drink test. It's more fun with more people, but it's only me this time.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this. This is my first time doing it solo.
My time to poison them.
Oh, shit. Yeah, my computer open. You could host it.
There we go.
All right.
All the editing. It'll be minimal.
Yeah, by the way, we're doing this in the Thad room tonight, so...
Yeah, studio's being worked on, so...
Yeah. There's some, you can hear the workers in the background, so if you hear any background noise, that's the workers working on the shit. Anyway, yeah,
they're putting a new flooring in.
Yeah, get the drink.
Okay, drink time.
I want the creeper...
Close your eyes.
I want the creeper mug, if you don't mind. Ooh, hear that?
Oh, fuck.
What, did it spill?
No, I just got it.
Oh, thank God. Yo, homie. I didn't bring napkins. I didn't think we need them. Yeah, so after we do drink, we're going to do our next favorite segment, which is food review, where we always review a snack or drink, or sometimes even like crazy stuff. And then we're going to get into the main segment, which we're going to be talking about the past podcasts, of course. If you're new to the channel, if you're new to the podcast, we usually talk about an elder god. Not today, because we want to do the special recap. Usually we do an elder god, new and old. And you can check all the elder gods on the Elder God List Instagram. There's also a Google Doc coming out soon. I keep teasing that, but it's a little hard to make. Don't worry about it. Also, I can tell this is soda, because it fizzed over almost.
Could be seltzer.
That could be seltzer.
We have some Elder God hard seltzer. All right, there you go.
Cheers. Cheers for peers.
Oh, cheers. All right, go in.
It's a Dr. Pepper. I can smell it.
Mmm.
See me? I'm my Dr. Pepper. This is pretty good.
It's not Dr. Pepper.
I smell my Dr. Pepper. It smells like it. This is one of those fake Dr. Peppers they have at every store.
You tell me. What store might it be from?
I'm not gonna know, man. Aldi's.
Nope.
Am I close?
In proximity? Yes. The stores aren't far from each other.
I know where it's from. It's from Save-A-Lot, right?
Nope. I was gonna go to Save-A-Lot though.
Oh, it has to be Walmart.
It's Walmart.
I don't know what the Walmart one's called.
What's the name of it?
I don't know what it's called. I know the Save-A-Lot one's called Dr. Polar, right?
No, that's Polar. That's
yeah, shit, right.
I don't know what Save-A-Lot says.
Dr. Salt.
Stop and Shops is Dr. Bob.
Dr. Bob.
This is Dr. Thunder.
That makes sense because they have the Mountain Dew's called Mountain Thunder.
But there is a reason that we're drinking Dr. Thunder.
You know what? I'm not a Dr. Pepper guy, but this is kind of good, actually.
It's sweeter.
More sweet.
There is a purpose for me picking Dr. Thunder for this episode.
Because thunderstorm you last night.
Okay, that's half.
Okay.
I want to discuss another past Elder God, the Burger King. I go to Burger King the other night. I want a quick dinner. So I grabbed those coupons you get in the mail.
Yeah.
The $4, 2 bacon cheeseburgers, fries, and a soda.
That's a good deal.
It is.
They send those coupons all the time.
So I go there. You know, I do the whole thing. I get a Dr. Pepper. I hadn't been to Burger King in a while. I'm talking maybe a year. It's been that long.
We had Burger King on the podcast.
Okay, take that back. And that was the last time I was there then.
We'll get to that.
I get a Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
I go home. I'm kind of excited. I haven't had Burger King in a while, you know. I haven't really eaten much fast food other than like Wendy's and Chick-fil-A. So I put the straw in to the Burger King cup. And it's the very end of the Dr. Pepper, so it's just water, carbonated water, brown water.
Oh, really?
You know what I'm talking about?
No, that never happened to me, but...
Where like the sodas run out, but you don't know. So it looks like Dr. Pepper, but it tastes like water. I was very disappointed. I really was craving a Dr. Pepper. So I said, pick out a drink. I'll go Dr. Thunder.
You had it in your house already?
No, I bought that today.
Oh, okay.
I was going to get the Big Y brand, but I don't know if they have one, or what it's called. Maybe Dr. Big Y, or just... I thought I had to get some with a cool name, Dr. Thunder.
I don't think Big Y... I don't know what Big Y soda is called. I think
it's
called
Big Y and then lemon lime or orange.
Big Y is
cola.
lame, bro.
I like the sodas with the clever names.
Yeah.
But this is sweeter than Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, honestly, this is pretty good. Like
That's good.
I'm gonna say I don't like Dr. Pepper, but this is like decent.
Dr. Pepper's second favorite soda.
Oh, yeah, thank you for this drink. I appreciate it. Choose with peers.
I'm drinking out of a Norman Rockwell cup.
I know. I didn't even know I had that.
Mug, that is.
I'm a Norman. That's a future Elder God.
James, you want it?
James, want it? I would put James Murr voice clips in the podcast, but I don't want to get sued by the Murr Foundation. We're gonna go into snack. Today's snack. Sometimes we do blind snacks. Sometimes we do just general snacks. Today's both. We have with me right now Sour Patch Kids mystery flavor.
Is that all one flavor?
It's all one flavor, I think. I don't know. To give some history, the last time we recorded in this room, and we'll get to that when we do the pot. We keep hyping it up.
So we gotta stop.
We keep hyping it up, but the last time we did this in my room, we did the mystery Kool-Aid. So now we're doing another mystery, but it's a mystery snack. You like Sour Patch Kids?
Yeah, I don't mind them.
Sour Patch Kids?
All right.
I think they're my favorite candy. I'll say it. It's my favorite candy. It's my go-to movie theater snack.
But see, I don't want the lemon.
I
don't do the lemon.
I like
so I'll eat.
That's me eating Sour Patch Kids.
When I eat them, I usually like suck the sugar off them and then eat them.
Like a little sour thing.
Like I just kind of keep them in my mouth for a while. I like the blue ones, the new blue ones. Because they're in the rotation permanently, right?
Yeah. Oh, I like the Sour Patch Watermelon's pretty good too.
Oh, those are good, yeah.
Anyway, on the box here, or the bag, excuse me, it says guess the mystery flavor for a chance to win $50,000 and other instant prizes. Probably too late on that. I bought this a couple months ago with you at 7-Eleven. Had a big stand for it. Oh, there's a clue on the back too. I'm not gonna read the clue yet.
Oh no, let's pop them open.
I think the clue actually gives it away. Alright, I'm gonna open this.
I think Sal Volcanos is his favorite candy. Am I wrong?
No.
One episode?
Don't mention Sal.
Okay,
Murr's here, man.
Mur just got upset. Sorry. Calm down. Sit down.
Mur is visibly upset. I'm gonna grab one of these.
What color is it?
It's like white, kind of.
Normally, before you eat that, in candies, when it's this color, it's usually like a fruity flavor, like a overall fruit or a coconut, like those lollipops.
Oh,
the Dum Dums. I think the clear ones are like overall fruit, like fruit punch.
I'm gonna give it a go. This is the mystery going in. Ooh.
Is this a fruit?
Tastes like a fruit.
Well, they're all fruits, right? So it has to be. Well, it doesn't have to be. I mean, it's not gravy, so.
I think this is just generic fruit flavor, really, but it reminds me of something.
When I eat this, nothing comes to mind.
Like fruit, that's all I think of.
It's just sweet.
Let's read the clue on the back. It gives laughs, and it can be a riot, because when it flies, nobody's silent. I have no idea what that means. I'm going to be honest, I looked at it earlier quickly. I thought it said root, so I thought it would be root beer.
Read that again.
It gives laughs, and it can be a riot, because when it flies, nobody's silent. So something that flies around or something. Something that is noisy, I guess.
Could be a pun there.
Can I look it up?
Yeah, start
Well, we gotta get something.
Well, what are the other flavors? There's, cherry, raspberry, lime.
But is this even like a fruit though?
Lemon. It might not be.
It's like a certain candy. I'm looking it up. That's it. I give up.
Then give me a hint.
Okay, I'll give you a hint.
But the packaging is yellow, unless we have weird lighting in here, so I'm not sure.
Usually the
Oh, I'm gonna say it. Once I smell this, cotton candy, like a cotton candy. Smell that.
Oh yeah, it does smell like. I don't think it's cotton candy though. I don't think it's out yet.
Has to be.
It has to be. What is it?
These are made in Mexico.
I really don't think it is. It doesn't say anywhere where it is. Wait.
I'm gonna have another one.
These are from April. It has to be out by now. Let me go to the website. Maybe they revealed it.
Not bad.
I think it's still going on. It ends 8/15. Wait till August.
Are there any message boards or something?
Yeah, I'm reading the base. Some people saying banana. The site told me it's not banana. I don't know what that means. Someone says vanilla. Tootsie Roll?
No.
Doesn't make
Tootsie
any
Roll's
sense.
chocolate.
Yeah.
It could be banana.
What does that make sense of the riddle, though?
Oh, true.
Dragon fruit, maybe?
Well, someone has to have figured it out with the clue. It has to be somewhere.
No. Wait, this guy's a different clue. His clue is a movie villain, a mysterious smile, a part of the kid is very versatile. What is
Head.
it? Head? It tastes like head?
What's this part of the kid that smiles? Did not?
The gums? Is it gum flavor?
It's not. It can't be like bubble gum.
No, like, there's another hint. It came by storm in the 80s, not the 80s you think of, 80 degrees. From north to south, exists up north and down south. Clearly,
Jeez.
this is referring to birds. Birds fly, migrate from north to south. I have no idea.
This is tough.
Maybe I think maybe it's banana. Some guy said cotton candy, so that's you.
I'm going with cotton candy. That's bag. If you smell this bag,
This guy said it's bubblegum.
I don't think so.
The replies said you're tripping.
Like, yeah, how does that go with the theme?
Banana cream pie, maybe. Because
It-
pies
it-
fly.
Yo, it could be banana. There is
You
yellow
throw it?
on here, and when you like,
Some guy said Twinkie. Not Twinkie.
the yellow could be throwing people off though.
I don't know. Comment below what you think the mystery flavor is.
Please go out and get some of these. I mean, we don't
7-Eleven, I think.
we don't get any paychecks or merch or actual candy from Sour Patch Kids, but we're
Sour Patch
encouraging
Kids?
you to go
Is that-
buy them.
is that-
It's Mandela's.
I don't know what that is.
Mandela's International.
Nelson Mandela?
Now drinking the soda after eating candy is like really messing with me.
I already reached my caffeine limit of the day.
This is really puzzling.
Yeah, I'm still thinking about it. Like,
Maybe the hints don't mean anything. The clues.
it has to mean something. I think they're very vague, though. See, the Kool-Aid one was easy. It was cotton
When
candy.
it flies, nobody's silent. A rocket. Shouts to the Rockets. It gives laughs and can be a riot. Me, because when it flies, nobody's silent. If I start flying, no one's gonna be silent.
Yeah, I'm gonna start yelling.
I say we just keep rolling here. We're not gonna get this.
It's like Donkey when he flies. Like, oh, I'm flying. I'm flying, Donkey.
Shouts to Donkey. We know you're listening.
All right, time for the recap, guys. I'm gonna go through every episode. Oh wait, commercial break. We'll be right back after these messages.
Right over here, man. Did somebody test positive for Dr. Thunder? Dr. Thunder! Dr. Thunder! Ride to Dr. Thunder!
Walmart. Save money.
We are back. We're doing it. We're finally doing it. Put your shirt down. Sorry. Finally doing. We've been teasing it for half the episode.
Well,
we're
this
doing the
is really
recap.
not half, but-
We're doing the recap.
Shrek is our first Elder God.
So this one we did with the third co-host who doesn't show up a lot,
Big K.
Big K Kanzi.
We hope he's well.
I love him.
We know you're listening.
I will read the description real quick.
Okay.
In the first episode of the Elder God podcast, we discuss Shrek, the death of Mr. Peanut, and cookie dough bites, and talk about recent movies. Yeah, audio sucks for a few episodes. This podcast features Thad, Big Sal, and Kanzi.
I'll do the dates every time.
Oh yeah, which was this one?
Released January 28th, 2020.
Yeah, I'm gonna start right now. The audio, it fluctuates in this podcast. Hopefully this one's good. I didn't get decent for a while.
We
but
eat
it's
cookie dough
quiet.
bites. That's Kanzi's favorite snack.
We froze some.
Yeah.
We ate some. We had the Haribo apple gummies.
I forgot about that.
We had Hubert's blueberry lemonade from Big Y. Talk about a lot of stuff. This is when like the podcast we really didn't know what we were doing. We're still like trying to get the format down, and when like the format's still there, I say.
We discussed Kanzi's downstairs neighbor.
I know, like
Hope he's well. His old neighbor. Gritty gets a mention.
Gritty.
Mr. Peanut's a big one.
Like honestly, I think this episode's really good.
Mr. Peanut becomes a recurring theme.
I do like this episode a lot. Probably one of my favorites. It's the first one. It's not the best quality wise, but like I think it really sets.
I'm in here for the content, not so much the quality.
It really sets a lot of podcast futures topics.
The
Debuts of a lot
of the really the debut of everything.
Debut Lil Andre.
It's the debut of your Big Y joke
Big
to
Y
the
joke.
world.
To the world.
And to people who've never been to a Big Y and are not from this area will not know what a Big Y is. Big Y is a grocery store.
Yeah, thank you.
I wanted to read a comment.
You want to read a comment?
I want to read a comment from that first episode.
Oh, it became a meme.
Oh, actually 2 comments. Okay.
Couldn't read the comments. It's not a lot, so we actually could read them all.
Hold up, wait.
No, there's actually a lot of comments on that first one.
What? Now that I'm reading this, shout outs to Steve Scalling.
Yeah,
I 7 months ago he commented, I know Steve. Steve lives in Vermont now. He's from Rhode Island. I never knew that he knew I had a podcast, and it's the first time I ever read these, but thanks for listening if you're still listening.
Look, yes, if Speedy Alka-Seltzer, Mr. Peanut, and the Pillsbury Doughboy had a race, who do you think will win? I never read that.
I talked to him not too long ago. He didn't mention that he knew the podcast, but okay, cool.
I'm going to say Mr. Peanut.
Shoutouts to a guy named Steven, who leaves a comment, I swear my pants were on before I started listening to this.
I don't have that on mine.
All right, episode 2.
Yeah, episode 2. Oh yeah, I was gonna talk about the meme. Darren left a comment. He's a future guest saying how it's a video essay. It's clearly not. And we start that off with episode 2. We talk about that comment. Let me read episode 2. In the second episode of the Elder God podcast, we discuss the Kool-Aid Man, Baby Nut, eat Pringles, and talk about monkeys who have captured a village. This podcast features Thad, Big Sal, Kanzi, and our first ever guest, Mr. Kev.
Released February 9th, 2020.
This episode, I didn't really like at first, but it kind of grew on me after.
Baby Nut gets a mention.
Yeah, that's our first housekeeping. We immediately talk.
We discussed video essay.
We were talking about the Super Bowl where Mr. Peanut died.
Wendy's breakfast.
Wendy's breakfast.
This is when we eat it, right? We come back, or we discuss it for the first time.
This is the it got announced.
Okay.
We don't mention it. I don't think we eat it till like 2 episodes later.
Because Kevin's definitely in that episode again. Okay.
I think like what happens.
Kanzi rambles.
He talks about like his movie ideas. No,
because
what happened with the Wendy's breakfast? We mentioned
sausage party,
and then eventually we ate it, and then eventually Kevin came back on and talked about how he finally had it.
Okay.
We'll get to it, but I think we told him to eat it for one podcast, and he didn't.
Yes.
And that comes up.
Yep. Kanzi opens his electric bill on that podcast.
Yes, that's our first unboxing. Oh, I get my Gumby Pop, which I have right now. Yeah, this one's. Yeah.
We talk about the story where Kanzi locks his keys in the trunk of his car in the Taco Bell parking lot.
Oh god, I like this episode.
Kool-Aid Man.
I take it back.
We drink Kool-Aid. It's a good one.
That's when the creativity really flows in. Yeah.
Our creative juices are starting to turn.
All right, episode 3.
This is a good one too.
Right.
We're gonna say that about all of them. Let's be honest. But go ahead.
I do like them all. Episode 3. We talk about the Elder God Guy Fieri. In this episode of the Elder God podcast, we discuss Guy Fieri, a thief who gets tased in the genitals, Rush, Lunchables, Impractical Jokers, and salves his hate for Jim Carrey. This episode features Big Bad Thad, Big Sal, Kanzi, and our next guest, Tony Franchise.
The debut of Tony Franchise.
Good guy, I think.
Yeah, let's not get it too much into it. We discussed Wendy's breakfast again.
Well, you keep bringing it up. I don't know if we eat it that. I'm not gonna listen to it.
No, it's definitely one with Kevin.
Yeah, Kanzi won the lottery in this podcast. We drank Purple Haze.
Yeah, it wasn't that good.
Yeah,
it was a beer.
What did I bring? Oh, I brought Lunchables. I think this is a great food segment.
That was really the first great snack we did.
I know. I brought, because I don't know if you know, but Lunchables, they have 3 different ones. They have the unloaded, which is like the big boy one, the regular ones, then like the cheap ones.
It's like 3 levels.
Yeah, I brought one of each. I brought chicken nuggets, pizza, and nachos. They're pretty good. The pizza ones are obviously like top tier. Shouts to BJ.
I think this is the debut mention of the Impractical Jokers on the podcast. It is. Because Tony and I had just seen the movie.
Yeah, there's a lot of like, I always like shit on it. Even though like, I did it for like a joke, but like honestly, it's a really good show. And I did start like actually watching it recently.
But the hate goes on until like 3 episodes ago from now.
I know. Like, it keeps going.
So it gets mentioned as much as possible.
There's a lot of stuff, man.
The song of the week. Tony did a Rush song.
Tony always brings the weird songs on the podcast.
Shouts to Guy Fieri.
Everyone's a good one, okay? That's all we gotta say. Let's go to episode 4. Oh yeah, these all these ones we're doing right now, all recorded in Kanzi's ex-apartment, by the way. That's why.
Which was pretty empty when we were recording. He wasn't even living there.
I guess I can give some backstory. Well, I guess I'll give it after we go away from it. Episode 4. Mr. Moseby from The Sweet Life of Deck and Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. In this episode of the Elder God podcast, we discuss Mr. Moseby, the coronavirus. We'll get to it. Death Grips, a loose sea lion, PAX East, Wendy's breakfast, and Space Jam 2. This episode features Big Bad Thad, Big Sal, Kev, and a new guest from a beautiful girlfriend, Misha Collins.
Gets released March 16th, 2020.
Good
episode.
I'm looking at this now. There's at least 4 things I have to mention from this podcast.
We finally eat the breakfast.
Even Misha had it.
Except Kevin. We told Kevin to have it. He didn't eat it.
We literally told him weeks ahead, eat this. We're going to talk about it on the podcast, and he didn't. Come on, Kevin.
You want to go ahead?
Kevin was also 2 hours late for this podcast. I don't want to get into it.
No more than that.
A couple of things I really got to talk about here. Coronavirus. This podcast, it's kind of like embedded in coronavirus. Like, we started at the same time it started coming out. Oh yeah, I mentioned it in the first episode. I didn't mention that when we talked about Shrek, but I do mention it in the first episode. And like, what happened, man? Look where we are now. We're almost done with it. But the podcast is still going on. Podcast has outlived Corona.
Forgot to mention in the last episode, we did a spontaneous interview with Kyle, who has not been on the podcast yet. But in this episode, we do a spontaneous interview with Bitch Tista.
Oh no, the next episode's Kyle.
You're sure?
Yeah.
We didn't do Kyle first?
No, we did Jake first, yeah.
I apologize.
My bad. We're skipping ahead. Yeah, no, because Jake Batista was supposed to be on the podcast, but he didn't show up.
Okay. PAX East.
PAX
Ricky
East.
Berwick.
I met Ricky Berwick that day. I loved it. He's a great guy. Also, I mentioned Fuser, which is a game that was coming out, and they had a big demo station at PAX. Well, I actually played it, and it kind of sucks. It's like fun to play around, but I'm not going to spend $60 on it, you know?
I remember as we were recording this episode, the NBA had suspended the season. And I think I say it in the episode, and I'm like, oh, shit, here we go. What's next?
It's starting.
And then from there on, everything was starting to get canceled.
I know, it's crazy. Right after this podcast, we all went to Pizza Butt, had some nice stuffed crust pizza. That was our last time eating out for like a couple months, at least.
We used to do that pre-game and post-game. Normally it was post-game at this point because we record early.
Yeah.
And we did some Pizza Hut stuffed crust pizza after this one.
That was like our last time eating out. Crazy.
Mr. Moseby.
We also talk about Space Jam 2 leaks. Those leaks are fake because Space Jam comes out this week. Have you seen like all the promotion for Space Jam 2? It's crazy.
Let's mention it because you would think the movie had been out for a while, but you go anywhere, Walmart, the toys, the t-shirts, everywhere.
It's insane right now.
Displays everywhere. They have toys there.
There's Xbox One controllers coming out.
It's crazy.
The Space Jam theme.
The video game section, all Space Jam.
Yeah, that leak, I mentioned it. It was supposed to be like Warner Brother characters as the villains.
Yes.
They're not the villains, but other Warner movie characters do appear in the movie, like King Kong, Game of Thrones stuff. They're in the movie, but they're not playing basketball.
This just shows that it doesn't even matter what the movie is because the money is coming from the merch.
I know, it's
completely.
Oh, honestly,
a lot of things. Like look at Toy Story. Not to compare Toy Story and Space Jam.
Yeah,
but it's the merch.
Look at all the Toy Story merch. Like it's crazy.
Toy Story will live on the shelves forever. But you can go and get it's Space Jam. It's a cross between
Looney Tunes
movie history, Looney Tunes history, and then basketball history. Because
what comes up with that?
If you're a basketball fan, a collector, you need this stuff. If you're Looney Tunes, you need this stuff. If you just love movies, Space Jam, and those old, retro, what came in the 90s movies, you need that stuff.
I mentioned how I got into Fortnite recently, which is a battle royale game. The same day Space Jam 2 comes out, Michael Jordan is coming to Fortnite as a playable character.
Wow, that's huge.
And he has a skin where he has the Toon Squad jersey from Space Jam.
Some call me the Michael Jordan of podcasting.
Really?
Yeah.
They call me the Johnny Sins of podcasting.
Oh.
I know.
That's a Johnny Sins. We know you're listening.
But yeah, this episode... we're going to talk about, obviously, Mr. Moseby.
Red Velvet Chips Ahoy.
Oh, that's a good snack. Red Velvet Chips Ahoy.
I love those. I'm not too big into sweets. I love Red Velvet Chips Ahoy. When I see them, I buy them.
We also have Harmony Springs Soda.
Oh.
Harmony Springs, I sent that to them on Facebook, and they actually listened.
Send us some sodas. We love your stuff.
I'm trying to get a sponsorship. Man. We're gonna make a chat with them.
Love the peach.
I feel like we could actually get a sponsor from Harmony Springs.
Yeah, we could record right in their place on what street's that? I don't even know. It's like next to Cedar. I used to live in Cedar. Shout out to Cedar Street.
All right. This next one is one of my favorites. I think it's the top 5 for me. Episode 5, The Donner Party. In this episode of the Elder God Podcast, we discuss The Donner Party, Big Y, Corona News, Little Debbie Easter Carrot Cake Rolls, Smash Mouth, 22 News Weather Forecast, and Super Troopers 2. This episode features Big Bad Thad, Big Sal. I'm going to stop mentioning that because we're in every episode. But our guest episode, our Tony franchise comes back, and new guest, Scuba Steve.
Released April 2nd, 2020. Tony's in a lot of these, huh? How did we allow this?
I don't know.
Scuba Steve makes his debut.
Talks about the Cookie Club, which is... I still don't know anything about the Cookie Club.
Just the other day, he mentions Cookie Club again. He says he must have had 200 cookies in his life at the Cookie Club.
What is... It's no Cookie Club.
Oh, Cookie Club, for anyone wondering. Scuba Steve mentions that Big Y had a cookie club where a kid could just walk up to the counter and they handed you a cookie.
I don't think that's a real thing. Oh, this is the one we interviewed Kyle.
Okay, there we go.
We talk about a lot of cool stuff here. We have a steak dinner bet.
Yeah.
I'm not going to spoil it, but it involved Popeyes and Subway locations.
Take a listen.
Take a listen for that.
If you go back and listen to this episode, because I harassed a Big Y employee.
I stole some drinks from work, not the last time I did that. Some Watermelon Crush. They're okay. I remember that was a watermelon soda before Major Melon Mountain Dew came out.
I like that though.
Major Melon's way better though.
That
snack was horrible.
Disgusting.
Horrible.
Little Debbie, you should be ashamed of yourself. Tony's story at the water park.
Oh yeah, we talked about Tony was a terrorist.
If you are going to listen to one thing in this episode, go to the 1 hour 5 minute mark and listen to Tony at the Disney World water park.
It's a doozy.
Wendy's rant?
Yeah.
What was that about?
Cause they don't give you napkins.
That's what it was?
I think it's like an actual thing. They don't give you napkins.
Car place rant?
Quick thing about Wendy's: if you go there with a friend and you order like 2 4-for-4s or 2 Biggie bags, they give you 2 separate bags.
Good.
Why good? I want to save the environment and give me 1 bag. I only need 1 bag.
But now you know whose food's whose. You don't have to Separate it.
Okay, but what if I told you we got the same thing? You still give us 2 bags.
Doesn't matter. Separate them. You hand it off, you eat. I hate having to sift through the bags.
Post in the comments what you think about that.
Are you on Team Sal or Team Thad?
Team Thad, 1 bag. Team Sal, 2 bags.
2 bags, 4. What is it, 4 for 4s?
4 for 4s.
4 for 4s. We get into the Donner Party, but it was a surprise Elder God.
It was?
Guests
That was our
didn't
first
know.
one. We're not going to do that anymore. But yeah.
That was a good one.
That was the last episode recorded in Kanzi's apartment.
It was an end of an era.
End of an era. Kanzi got evicted for tax fraud. I guess I can reveal it now. I had a storyline plan that Kanzi's apartment was going to be haunted, and there was a ghost in it. In the episode, you can hear something bang. I throw something across the room. I obviously didn't go through because, plans changed, but maybe in the future we'll do something like that. Also, that's what I'm pointing out. We didn't mention this. Episodes 4 and 5, we recorded at Kanzi's house, but Kanzi wasn't there.
Correct. We have a key. I still have a key. I'm sure the locks are changed. South Hadley.
Hopefully. Double Fry and Bubba, they haven't changed their house keys yet, so.
But we would go in, and For real?
haven't changed.
Every time we would go in, stuff would be missing. Couch,
He'll leave us
TV.
messages.
At one point in that episode, the bed was gone.
He would hide messages around the house.
Yep. There was some vulgar messages.
I can't read them.
And there was moldy milk in the refrigerator. There was this milk and stale beer.
Let's go into episode 6, the quarantine special, the first special on the Elder God podcast.
This is by far the worst episode.
This is by far. Honestly, it's okay. It's just
if you're into this stuff.
This one we did on Discord because some people felt unsafe.
And we have a lot of guests.
There
were supposed to be more guests, but go ahead, read the description.
In this episode of Elder God Podcast, we're in quarantine, so things are a bit funky. Over Discord, we discuss Games Club, the Coronas, Weird Nipples, Pixar, Dragon Ball, Stripper Delivery, and more. This episode features our guests, Kev, Ryan, and Ferris. Honestly, not that much.
Right. But it was supposed to be
Bichtista and Kanzi.
Kanzi did not show.
They were both no-shows.
Longest episode at 2 hours, 24 minutes. Released
Honestly,
May 6th.
I should have cut some stuff out.
We cut a lot out. This took us probably, 4.5 hours to record? It was long.
It was 3 hours at least. It took a while. We talk about a lot of stuff. We talk about a lot of shows and movies. Talk about pandas, Kool-Aid, cherries, Dark Side of the Ring.
Always Sunny Philadelphia.
Talk about
Ferris listens or watches that show. So.
Talk about Larry. I think this is Larry's first mention.
It might be. Pixar.
We also, the main thing though, we talked about...
what is Salva's food and drink?
I think he just mentioned something you ate that day.
Oh.
It was a really stupid episode, and quality's not good. Honestly, you can skip this one. There's some funny stuff, but unless you really like anime, I wouldn't really listen to it.
I don't talk for a good 40 minutes.
We talk about anime for an hour. But the main thing, though, I would skip to the end, 148, hour 48. We talk about, I guess, the high school games club memories, because, quick rundown, games club is where we all met. Most of us, anyway, not Sal, but it really led to ours today. And maybe I'll get into that in another episode more. I really gotta give it to Mr. Snow. Shout outs to him. Alright, this next one. This is a throwback because we're in the same studio right now. Episode 7, Biggie Cheese.
Biggie Cheese.
In this episode, we discuss Biggie Cheese, Chuck E. Cheese, Mystery Kool-Aid, Rap Snacks, Sarah Longfield, Stuart Little, Gravity Falls, fan questions, and much more. Not to mention, this is the episode we debut the new logo, the cloud. In the podcast, we asked for a name. There is still no name for him.
Released May 31st, 2020.
Same studio. It was a great episode, I think.
It is. It's similar to this. We're just getting down in the nitty gritty.
Yep, we just talk about random stuff.
Chuck E. Cheese.
The Rap Snacks, those jalapeno chips are amazing.
They were
probably my favorite thing about the episode.
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
Still haven't watched the third movie.
Talk about your COVID test.
Stuart Little.
Your COVID test. I never got COVID tested.
I did 3 of them.
Shout out to Dave, who was in my ex job. He was the cook there. We give a shout out to him because he asked for one. He never listened to this episode. Every so often, every couple weeks, he'd be like, "What episode was it again I'm supposed to listen to?" And I always give him timestamp and then episode. I wonder if he listened yet.
We do a moment of silence for Jerry Stiller. We do 2 snacks. Chocolate pudding?
Yeah, because I brought the snack packs, but you saw the Biggie Smalls.
That's right.
Things, and that's had to do with Biggie
More
Cheese.
Big Y slander.
I like this episode a lot.
Kool-Aid comes up again.
There was a point where you searched Biggie Cheese on YouTube, the podcast would come up. I don't think that's true anymore. Also, I hope Biggie Cheese is in the Nickelodeon fighting game. Next episode. This one, oh boy. Episode 8, Billy Mays. In this episode of the Elder God Podcast, we discuss Billy Mays, Naked Grandma, Mountain Dew, Avatar, SpongeBob, Big Y, and much more. Guess this one? It was supposed to be Kevin and Jake, but we had some last-minute additions.
Which were a blessing in disguise.
They were a blessing in disguise. We're talking about second episode with Rain, but he's in person now. And one of my favorite guests, top 5 for sure, Double Digit Dan.
The first double.
Who would know how awesome a guest Dan was? And of course, shout out to Rain too. He's an awesome guest as well.
June 21st, 2020. The Mountain Dew episode, some could say.
Yep, we have 2 Mountain Dews. We'll do that again later.
We discuss where is Kanzi.
We discuss Kanzi. We eat Sour Patch Chips Ahoy. So we did have Sour Patch before. I didn't even know that. I think the media segment for this one is very beefy. We talk about a lot of stuff. We talk about Avatar, Back to the Future,
Paw Patrol,
SpongeBob movie, great stuff.
Crazy people at Big Y.
We talk about Big Y. We do an unboxing that episode. I'm not gonna spoil what happens, but it's pretty crazy. Click for more information.
We both bought a drink to this episode.
I know. Honestly, this episode is really fun. I liked how we did quarantine to get away from the COVID, but 2 episodes later we did a podcast with 8 people.
And we were hoping to have Kanzi.
He was invited.
Kanzi gets invited to each episode, but as you're gonna see, he's only been to a handful.
Oh yeah. Let's go to the next one. Episode 9. McLovin from Superbad. In this episode, we discuss McLovin, a guy swimming in Bass Pro Shop, Minecraft, SummerSlam 88, Dad's crazy hotel story, and more. Also in this not food podcast, we eat cricket chips. Coke Tic Tacs, Donald Duck Juice, and Baconator Pringles. In this guest, we have Misha Collins and Tony Franchise back.
Made his return. Sure, he was begging for it.
This was when we were getting comments about, is it a food podcast? Before we were like, not really, but honestly,
at that point, we kept talking about food. I think now it's a lot less than we used to.
I know, but I can still embrace it.
Yeah.
I think food's a good topic to talk about.
I mean, that's the only 2 things we kept for this episode.
I know. Yeah, we drank all of them.
The cricket chips.
Those got me, man.
Tony brings his cricket chips. He hyped it up.
Chips made out of crickets.
I got snacks. I have to make sure I order them in time. They were good.
I know. We also eat the Baconator Pringles, which I liked. Everyone else didn't really care there. I think I'm the only one who liked those.
Wasn't a fan.
Yeah.
Billy Mays the third contacts us.
Oh yeah, shouts to him. He liked the podcast. Yeah.
SummerSlam.
Yep. Those Coke Tic Tacs are really good. I do like those a lot. Yeah, this one's a banger. Oh, I also want to talk about my hotel heist. I'm going to a hotel soon in a couple of weeks. Maybe there'll be a repeat heist.
We want a review.
I'll give it a review. All right, let's go to the next one. Episode 10. We're almost halfway done.
But before you jump into episode 10,
yeah,
the thumbnails for the podcast.
Oh,
it's usually the Elder God and a major topic we discuss in the podcast. So that's a little, peek at it. So for this one,
I guess we never really mentioned that.
It's Big Y and Morshu.
Yeah, for episode 10, Morshu. In this episode, we worship Morshu. Get the inside scoop of Big Y. Try Krispy Kreme jelly beans. Secret details on the future Eastville Mall. And Salvage gets a special ticket. We also discuss Pokemon Go, SummerSlam 98, Spider-Verse, Darth Vader winning the lottery, and much more. Returning guest is Rain, but we have a new guest, legend though, Patty Smalls.
Soon to be a legend in Longmeadow.
Soon to be Longmeadow legend. This episode was a banger. We talk about Big Y for way too long, but it's good. It's
August 16th, we did this one, midsummer.
We got a lot of good stuff there. That snack was amazing. The jelly beans that taste like Krispy Kreme donuts. Rain brought us a great drink from the local Cumbies.
Yeah.
Talk about weird Ludlow people. Talk about meatballs. It's a great episode. I honestly like this episode a lot.
Pokemon Go. If you were 15, 5 years ago.
If you're a child, Pokemon Go. I feel like we talk about Wendy's a lot because one of the topics is we talk about Baconators.
That's from the chips again.
Oh yeah.
Free Baconator.
Oh yeah, from the Baconator chips.
Yes.
That's right. You're right. Yeah, Morshu.
Eastville Mall again.
From Legend of Zelda fame. Now we get into episode 11. Master Roshi from Dragon Ball. It's the return of Kanzi as we discuss Master Roshi, sex dolls, the Enfield Cinemark, Chadwick Boseman, and more. We also eat wings that an ex-McDonald's employee spills it all. A Mad Lib too. We got Kanzi, the return of Kanzi that is, Kev, and new guest, returning guest from the Discord, Mr. Ferris.
September 18th, 2020.
I made some comments. It's actually the next one I have the comments about, but this one is actually a good one. I like this one. It's nice and quick. It's a fun one. Kanzi came back. He gave us some juicy info.
Jurassic Park.
Mm-hmm.
Employee of the Month. The movie. Great movie.
Comes back later.
Yes, it will.
Oh, Jurassic Park. Yeah, I saw that at the theaters.
And you complain about the soda refill.
I know. They still don't do that. They don't do that now. You can't get refills to anything. So I just want to, movie theater workers, they should go faster because I'm trying to catch a film. They're slowly filling up the popcorn.
You have to be there early. You have to be there early.
I don't know.
Forget movie theaters, sporting events.
I don't really go to those, so I can't really give you that.
Maybe you should make an appearance at a sporting event. Get in the atmosphere for it. Okay. I'll take you somewhere.
Yeah, let's go somewhere fun.
It'd be a new experience for Thad. We can put it on the Patreon.
Yeah, Patreon exclusive. Let's go to episode 12. I have some stuff to say about this one. First off, it's a great episode. In this episode, we reminisce on Drake and Josh, while also fantasizing them on a pirate ship. We also discuss Big White Bottle Return, Bagged Eggs, Van Halen, Pumpkin Pop-Tarts, Always Sunny, and more. This one we have 2 new guests, Tristan, and I don't want to mention the other person because she, let's just say she betrayed the podcast. I'm not going to go into details, but she's a traitor.
Just saw her yesterday. October 25th, 2020.
I hope you punched her right into the lip.
I tried, but she was a little too short.
She's too short.
I swung and missed.
Anyway, yeah, this one's honestly this episode's really good. Really good though. We talk about Drake and Josh.
Wayne Knight.
Wayne Knight. I love that man. We talk about. I play Guitar Hero in the Gumby suit in this episode.
KFC gravy.
This episode has it all.
The tribute that Gumby did for Eddie Van Halen really brings tears to your eyes. I would encourage you to go watch that. And it is a watch because it is on YouTube.
And just by itself, you can watch that. I love Gumby, and Gumby loves us.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be the only appearance from Gumby.
We're happy to have him a part of the Elder God family. Who exactly is this, Tristan? We talking about the other kid?
Let's hop into the next one. Episode 13, Robbie Rotten. We respect Robbie Rotten. We chug down some Iron Duke brewskis with a Dommy's pizza. We even have an ex-Dommy's employee give us fun trivia as we discuss photo fraud in New Zealand, Adam Sandler, Minx with Super COVID, Alex Trebek, recent albums, and more. And the guest this week, Rain, and new guest, I love him, Simi.
November 25th.
Oh, I'm going to be partying with Simi soon. I won't get into that.
We know he's not listening.
Also, I just want to point out, we didn't mention it, but for the Master Road Ships, we had wings. And that was like one of the biggest things. Wings.
We had to get the wings. The wings were kind of cold. We had to eat.
But for this episode, we get Dommy's pizza.
Simi brings a drink just on his own. What a good man Simi is.
I couldn't believe that. It wasn't the mystery drink. He just said, I didn't want to come empty-handed.
It was better than the mystery drink.
He also gave us a recommendation for the pizza we got from Domino's, Chicken Bacon Ranch, which is a banger.
And I think the other one was cheeseburger?
Yeah, that was gross. And no one liked the cheeseburger pizza from Domino's, unsurprisingly.
Hubie Halloween. Hubie becomes an elder god.
You know a movie is good when I watch it and I immediately make someone an elder god from it.
We do a big in-depth discussion on Robbie Rotten.
You're number one.
Always Sunny comes up again.
I get the rare Knuckles from the Sonic blind box. That's kind of a spoiler, but I do get it because Ryan wanted it. Then I gave it to him. He gave me $20 for it.
Alex Trebek gets a nice little spot in this episode as well. Anything else in this one?
You know, in the future when we're famous, we're gonna be a Jeopardy clue one day. This podcast gave tribute to an old host who is Elder God Podcast.
The Ludlow Wendy's and KFC had just opened too.
I know. Now I feel like I don't remember when it wasn't there. Now.
Our life is so much better.
Good episode.
The next one is a banger.
It's a beefy one. We got the Christmas special, which I'm going to rename to Christmas Special 2020, because I'm going to do more. It's the Christmas season on the Elder God Podcast. In this holiday special, we discussed over 20 of our favorite Christmas movies after eating cookies for Santa. We also exchanged some loving gifts to one another in the spirit of Christmas. And then lastly, past podcast guests and other friends of the podcast make special appearances to share their thoughts on Christmas. This episode features Kanzi and Scuba Steve as guests.
December 11th. This is the most fun I think we've had recording one. This was a lot of work.
Before we get to the beefy part of it, we talk about Christmas movies. We drink this like cool Christmas themed drink. We also have Santa cookies. We talk about Santa Claus. We talk about Christmas spirit. It's a fun episode. The gift exchange was so fun.
It was. Amongst the four of us.
Go watch that. Everyone got some really cool gifts that day.
We put a lot of thought into it, which made it work. And it was the return of Kanzi. We finally found him.
I know.
Despite, I want to have some behind the scenes here. This was supposed to be filmed the next day. We did this on a whim on a Monday night.
Kanzi thought it was that day, and we were like, but when are we going to get Kanzi again?
We get some major appearances from some important members of the Elder God family.
We got Rain,
Kev,
Patty Smalls,
Ava,
Simi,
Baba,
Gabby, Maya, I don't know the other one's name.
Ryan with 2 N's. But we also got Nick and the Lion.
Making another podcast appearance, Gumby,
Ferris,
Bryson,
Larry finally makes an appearance.
Love Larry. Double Digit Dan with the awesome impression of an old man.
Tristan.
Jeff.
And
something else happens at the end. We won't give it away.
Give that a watch.
It's by itself too on the YouTube.
That was a lot of fun this episode. We went around, recorded everybody.
Honestly, I
got some Christmas messages.
I had a lot of fun because I don't know if people know I produce everything.
Yeah, he's the producer.
I'm not bragging or anything.
I'm the brains.
Yeah, but I edit everything. I made all the effects in the videos, and it was hard work, but it was very fun making them.
Wait a second.
And really
calm down.
So,
Murr is getting a little upset that we didn't have him interviewed. We'll get you for the next one.
You were in New York. We texted you, and you did not reply.
This was also the first time a certain individual that I know was listening called us out for not mentioning a Christmas special that in the movies, but it wasn't a movie.
We'll get to that later. We'll get to that when he makes it.
But if you're going to watch one episode, this is definitely one of them. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of visual, so you can enjoy it.
Okay, yeah, it's a great one. We also react to each one, too. Next one, we'll get into, I feel like at this point, the podcast really changes up the dynamic. We start to make some changes here.
We really expand.
Episode 15, we go to Inspector Gadget. And this time, listen to episode 15 of Elder God's Podcaster. Oh, wait, it's called Podcrap. In this episode, we discussed Inspector Gadget, Soul, Doki Doki Literature Club, WrestleMania, Charlie XCX, and more. We even show off the new Elder God t-shirts while sipping on Tab. We even look to the past. And these guests, we have Tony Franchise and new guest, Robbie the Robot.
January 23rd.
We forgot to mention Robbie Robot, but he's a great guest.
He is.
I love him.
This was,
it was an okay one.
I can't really remember too much. We had a letter regarding...
That was a funny letter.
What's his name? Ian Hawk.
Ian Hawk. Yeah, Ian Hawk.
Ian Hawk and his nomination for Elder God.
Honest, I'm looking at this episode now. We do a lot in this episode. We look at Tony's little school thing he made.
Oh,
yeah, you gotta watch that.
Watch this episode.
We get the Elder God t-shirts make the debut.
When I opened this little link to read the list, didn't seem like a lot, but
like, could you open it, you only see this, but then like you look down, it's everything.
We do the t-shirts, Mountain Dew debate,
great episode.
Tony's video.
Yeah, this episode's a banger.
WrestleMania, Brody Lee tribute, Doki Doki Literature Club. Well, I can't believe I wasted my time on that, Tony. Shouts to that. First time with anime experience.
That game just came out with the expanded release. It's more stuff. Tony's gonna make you play it.
I'll watch him play it.
Too bad you gotta pay.
That thing was nuts.
Yeah, you gotta pay for this one.
I don't know if he'll do that.
Tony afford that?
You have to do a GoFundMe.
Yeah, we did this after a break, so like we're fresh with it. And this was the breaking point of the Elder God podcast because I got copyright from YouTube for the beginning intro song because I didn't mention it before. We used to use just random guitar songs, like good guitar riffs for intros. We put our foot down. We paid 50 smackaroos for a new intro, and that debuts in this next episode.
50 grand.
50 grand, that is.
That's where your Patreon money goes.
Episode 16, Badlandchugs. Enough talk. It's time to listen. Episode 16 of the Elder God podcast. We discuss the amazing Badlandchugs and his talents, while also chugging down some new Coke coffee with our New Orleans King Cake. We also discuss Schoolyum Fancy Sun and Minecraft, WandaVision, Subway Tuna, Night at the Museum, and more. We also announced the giveaway winner, and we also talk about our experience at the Boston Road Sonic. I don't want to talk about it. If you want to know what happens, listen to the episode. I hate
Don't even want to think about it.
We hate Sonic. And I also give a gift to Salvador for his birthday.
I can't believe this was February.
I know, it seems longer.
No, it feels like we were just at that Sonic.
Oh, I don't want to talk about it. But we have two great guests that episode, Rain and Double D Shadam, because we wanted both of them on because
they're great guys.
They were both going to college for a while. We weren't going to see them for a while, so we got them both on. It was a great episode. I think this is one of my favorites. Talk about so much stuff in this. That Subway Tuna, I think Subway made another statement saying it is real tuna, but it really isn't.
They're changing their menu. Did you see that? But they're keeping the tuna, from what I read.
Yeah, there's like big signs everywhere that says like big changes coming.
I start watching SVU around this time, which doesn't feel like I've been watching it that long. I watched another episode this morning.
That's good.
This afternoon.
Talk about Dustin Diamond's Screech.
Yeah. Zach Morris is trash. Jokers comes up again.
This is when we began doing trivia segments.
Yes.
Which is a very fun segment. We do trivia. Elder God related or
no trivia
other.
tonight.
No trivia tonight.
Listen to the next one for trivia.
Mm-hmm. Or the last one. Or any of these.
This is where the intro comes in.
New intro. Oh, I ordered a king cake. My loving godmother bought one and sent it
What's
up
your
here.
name?
Suzanne. Shout
out Suzanne. We know you're listening.
I know. Maybe I'll send this episode. And we listened to... We ate that king cake. It was delicious. It's amazing. I love king cake. This episode's a great one. Go listen to it. Next episode, 17. The Burger King. It's time to bow down to royalty, because for episode 17, we respect the Burger King and his wonderful food. While in his court, we also discussed iCarly, Attack on Titan, Pontoon Brewing, Silk Sonic, the various pizza places of Ludlow, and more. These guests, we have Kevin Simi. A classic combo, I must say. Simi brought the song of the week, Silk Sonic. Still waiting for that album. I don't know when that's dropping.
Taste Buds gets mentioned. Shout out to Taste Buds. You explain who an Elder God is.
Explain who the Elder God is? Oh yeah, we finally started getting intros down. Kevin with the delays again. He got coronavirus, so we delayed the podcast a whole week.
That's right.
It's okay though.
Moxie. I don't know what we talked about Moxie before. And Moxie did go missing for a little bit. That might be part of it.
Oh no, Moxie was the movie I watched.
Oh, never mind.
That's why I mentioned it, because there's a movie called Moxie.
This was released March 19th.
This was a good episode. This is one of the podcasts we kept taking breaks in between for some whatever reason. Stuff kept coming up.
Yeah, we're trying to get it more regularly now.
Yeah, I think we are doing it, but these next two get a little crazy with the behind the scenes stuff. Let's get into it. Episode 18, Pepsi Man. Thirsty? No problem, because Pepsi Man is here. In this episode, he brings us Pepsi Mango and some pizza cotton candy to snack on. After he leaves, Salvage tells us about his time at Joey Rosa's sandwich shop. We also discuss some horses in the car wash, WrestleMania, Fortnite, and more. And then to end it off, we have the first big trivia show. Multiple collections. Big upset. Go watch that for the trivia show.
April 23rd.
The guests this time are Tony Franchise and Curry Boy. Originally, we were going to have Patrick Small in that episode, and that was going to be Macho Man, Randy Savage. But some stuff came up. We had to change up the guests.
We literally did Pepsi Man and changed the podcast around within an hour or so.
It was a good thing Pepsi Man was an Elder God, because it worked with the Pepsi Mango.
Which was very good. We ate pizza cotton candy.
That was disgusting. I screamed eating it. Go watch that, please. My reaction.
Macaulay Culkin and Brenda Song had a baby.
That was amazing. That was the best news of that episode.
Best news of my life.
Talk about Paramount Plus.
Taste Buds again.
I still have Paramount Plus for free.
For reals?
Yes.
Wow.
I have not paid at all. Shout out to Paramount Plus and their crappy whatever you want to call it. It.
Who's more annoying, Joe DeRosa or James Murray?
I gotta see. I want to see those two people in the room.
Yeah, wonder how they interact. It's like a handful of people that will understand what we're talking about.
What was the food review?
Pop-Tarts.
Oh yeah, those are disgusting. But those
they weren't very good.
Yeah, honestly, the drink was amazing, and then the 2 snacks were horrible. Curry Boy was a good guest. He did his job. He fulfilled his role.
The moment of silence was for Kent Taylor, the CEO of Texas Roadhouse. Love Texas Roadhouse.
Next one, this is the more recent episode, so episode 19, Macho Man Randy Savage. Oh yeah! Episode 19 of the Other God Podcast is here. We just talk about the cream of the crop, Macho Man Randy Savage, while snapping on a Savage Slim Jim. We also discuss Will Smith, Demon Slayer, Grown Ups 2, Trial Courts at the Eastville Mall, Battle of the Joshes, Red Robin, and more. We also share our experience of the Shrek 20th Anniversary Extravaganza. These guests are now Tristan and Patty Smalls.
May 15th.
We recorded this one twice.
Yes, we did.
First one was an epic failure.
That's a lost episode.
I guess we can explain it because it's a behind-the-scenes episode. We used the wrong microphone. We used Salvaz's laptop microphone instead of my Yeti microphone.
Error on our part.
It was an honest mistake. Oh crap, we did it again. No,
here we go.
We're using my PC, it's okay.
You gotta go back 19 episodes.
It's a lengthy segment. I hope you guys are listening. I hope you guys are loving it. This episode...
we know Rain is.
I'll be honest, it's not one of my favorite episodes. It's probably my least favorite episode. No offense to the homies.
It was a lot. We had to record it again. It lost its flavor.
Really lost the flavor a little bit. I don't think it's our strongest. I mean, no. People have to watch it. It's a good episode, guys. Watch it. It's a good episode.
Just there were a lot of factors that played in. What did we do here?
We're talking about a lot of stuff. We're talking about random
Eastfield
movies.
Mall again. Slim Jims.
We do trivia. USA.
What was the prize in this one, Mr. Thad? Empanadas.
Oh, the empanada. I had empanadas from work.
Bye-bye, Red Robin. We're not missing you. Get Hard. We watched Get Hard.
I actually like Get Hard. That's a good movie.
Oh, the Hamburger Helper. And Tristan recommended we do a Hamburger Helper night, which is still on the table. We should do that for real.
Because in the last episode we mentioned hamburger. He mentioned to do a Hamburger Helper potluck, and then we actually we make Hamburger Helper like a week later, and we watch Get Hard.
Maybe at the Other Guy picnic we'll do a Hamburger Helper potluck.
I still have the I have lasagna Hamburger Helper in my cabinet still.
Oh, let's get it out right now.
Okay.
Let's take a break. Let's go eat.
Okay, man. Before, let's talk about episode 20, Bob the Builder. This is when we started cracking down on the new format. Because before this episode, we had funny news and we had Song of the Week. No more, because we want to keep it shorter, even though this episode's getting a little lengthy.
Linktree makes a debut.
Linktree, that's a new thing now. Check the description for that. This episode's fun. We had Scuba on.
You didn't read the description.
Yeah, let me read that. Can we fix your podcast needs? Yes, we can. Episode 20, the Elder God Podcast is here. And we're talking about Bob the Builder. We discussed the iCarly reboot, Invincible, Uncrustables, White Hut, a potential incident at the A Quiet Place Part 2 premiere, and more. Details of the new podcast format are also dropped. We have Scuba Steve on.
Just a few weeks ago.
We're going to start having
June 21st.
This episode we said we're going to have a few guests, but the next episode we have 3 guests.
Well, we're going to get into that next.
Yeah. Little error on, I guess, your laptop. No offense.
No offense, I'm not the laptop.
It strikes again. It slightly cut out a part of the podcast where Scuba was talking about this Quiet Place Part 2, but it was okay. I made it work.
We were hoping to have Kanzi for this one for the big 20. Didn't happen.
Yeah, Kanzi was supposed to be on.
Which, maybe we'll get him on for the next one. Try to get him on. Maybe not.
I don't think it's going to work. Maybe we'll get someone big, though. Who knows?
Yeah. Maybe we'll call in backup.
We'll call in the big boys, if you know what I mean.
And if this works out,
we'll get Dwayne The
Rock. It'll be a big boy.
Shh. Oh, I can't mention it.
No. I'm still in talks with his agent.
Yeah, but this episode's fun. We do trivia. Tell about your Waffle House experience.
Oh, yes.
We're still waiting for Hot Sauce Boy.
Hot Sauce Boy, contact us, please. I can't sleep at night. And you might be wondering, who is Hot Sauce Boy?
Listen.
Just listen to that part of the episode. It's insane. I need you, Hot Sauce Boy. I need Matt from Waffle House. I've been thinking about calling Waffle House.
Maybe we'll give him a call. But let's go on the last one. Episode 21, Grimace. We just did this one 2 weeks ago. A new Elder God podcast. I'm loving it. Today we bow down to Grimace as we shout out some Mickey D's that his friend Ronald cooked up for us. Our good friends at Mountain Dew also hook us up with some new refreshing drinks for the 100 Days of Baja. We also discuss Luca, Toy Story 4, Playscapes, and more. And more serious news, we pay our respects to our fallen podcast friend Tessa. Guests this week, we have Misha Collins, and we bring in her family. Double Fry and Bubba.
July 3rd.
July 3rd.
I'm not going to lie, I really enjoyed this episode.
It was better than I thought it would be.
Double Fry.
Double Fry, what an amazing guest.
Some might say the greatest guest.
She's up there. Better than some of the
people. I did think this was a good episode.
She's better than that app got in episode 3, but whatever.
We don't want to talk about
We talk about a lot of stuff. We talk about Red Baron, stuffed crust pizza, I guess is mentioned. That may be next week's snack.
Tessa.
We're going to talk about Tessa.
No, sorry.
Playscapes. We eat Mountain Dew.
We called Chick-fil-A.
That was fun.
Oh, I just look at the thumbnail now, and I realize it's the guy from the movie wearing a red bear apron.
Yeah, no, and it's Mountain Dew. Also, I also I changed up the thumbnail this episode. I put black outlines on everything, make it stick out a little
I did notice.
And let's look a little better.
I also want to point this out now, and I don't know how none of us mentioned it in the podcast, but we drank Mountain Dew and we ate McDonald's. Yeah. Someone didn't eat cheeseburger, won't mention who. Probably someone who dabbles with fries. But we ate McDonald's and we drank Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew is a Pepsi product, but McDonald's does Coca-Cola. Just interesting now. Because in the picture, in the thumbnail, it's both Mountain Dew and Grimace.
Grimace dabbles in Coke, if you know what I mean.
He's recovering.
He's recovering addict.
Shout out to Scott Hall.
Anyway, that is the Elder God podcast. 21 episodes, now 22.
20 down the line.
Yeah, we're actually going to do this after episode 19 for this. We're going to do seasons, but we scrapped that idea.
Oh, you know what would be nice? If I had a chair with armrests.
I offered you a chair with armrests before we came in.
The next podcast, I don't know why I wrote that down.
The next one's going to be good?
Yeah, listen. I want to get some, I got some ideas for some new guests.
You do?
So, yeah, maybe not next one, but, a couple down the line.
Yeah, after Dwayne.
And if we can't get Dwayne, I'll call Hulk. James? He's not going to believe this, but he turned his back on us.
Oh, my God. Oh, James is mad because we didn't mention him as a big podcast guest. Can't believe you, James. That's why, you know what, James? You're my favorite Joker, but that's why everyone hates you.
Fans.
You're pulling this shit right now.
Our friends, wear your shirts.
Your shirts?
If you want a sticker, contact us. We have some stickers. If you want lawn signs, we can get that done too. But there are a couple shirts left if anyone wants one.
Maybe make some more.
Yeah, if there's interest, we're going to do more shirts, potentially other merch.
Yeah.
We're ready for it.
Anyway, rate this podcast if you liked it. Give it a like. Give it a subscribe.
Comment. Tell us your favorite episode, your favorite parts of the podcast.
Yeah, say your favorite podcast.
Please tell us your favorite guests, but don't include yourself.
Hey, if you include yourself, I'm coming for you.
If you include yourself, you can't be on again. And if you know the flavor that these mystery Sour Patch Kids are, comment. There's a lot. This would be big comments.
Yeah, also make sure to enter that Buffalo Wild Wings giveaway.
And listen on all platforms. Which of those podcasts has the most views? Do we know?
I think it's Shrek because the first one, I guess. Everyone clicks that one.
But really, listen to the newest ones.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, when I say listen to podcasts, you should listen to the newest one,
and then go back,
or use this one as a little starting point.
Yeah, and then start new now.
And we're gonna call it off there. This is the Elder God podcast signing off. You guys have a great evening or morning wherever you
enjoy that white girl summer.